Hey everybody, remember this channel has been shadow banned by YouTube for quite some time. So if you want to keep up with my hijinks or you just don't want to miss out on a chance to call me a slur when I say something stupid, make sure you subscribe to my channel and go over to my channel page and turn on notifications. There's a link in the upper corner of this video where you can do just that. I am a grown-ass man. Hey everybody, welcome to the America Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat where you can ask me whatever question you want to ask. Doesn't even have to be gun related. If it's something you're curious about, go ahead and ask. If I can't answer it, like you ask a very technical question or something, pay attention to the live chat. There's a lot of people in there that will probably have the answer when I don't. So pay attention, and not only pay attention, but participate. Build some community, sense of community over there. Feel free to do so. I will usually start the chat by reading people who have placed orders over the last 24 hours. Let's see if we got any today to do that so I can say thank you. Oh, yeah, we actually have some. I didn't see these come in today. But I've been painting all day. I've been painting my sister's car bumpers. So I've been busy. That's why we're not doing a shooting the shit tonight. But I also filmed a range video today. So I got up early, went out, did my range video stuff, then started painting bumpers. So I've had a full-on redneck day. But let's say thanks to the people who bought merchandise over here. We got John Kuzman, whatever. He said, have you ever considered that maybe you're the problem? No, he didn't say that. He bought the have you ever considered that maybe you're the problem mug about the SIG P320. We got Juicy Rodriguez, as we like to call him, Juicy Rodriguez. He bought the Weapons Are Our Religion, the Phil shirt, with the print on the back though. And the guns don't kill people, but I spelled it don't kill people. The government does. Heavy cotton t-shirt with the print on the back. I got to edit how that comes across on the page, but I just made them for him. So it's not like, like they're out there for everybody or anything. Well, I mean, they are, but I'm sure everybody's not going to want them. Then we got Jeremy Wilder. He got a couple of magnets and in this country, we used to shoot Nazis. The cotton t-shirt, and it's on a cotton t-shirt. It's a cotton t-shirt on a cotton t-shirt featuring cotton. So thanks to all these people. That was Jeremy Wilder. Wait, is there one more? Oh, yes, there's also Officer Tater Hater. What'd he get? He got a subjugate and punish hat. You know, modern policing's got the badge, and it says to subjugate and punish. Because that's their motto nowadays. He got that hat. So thanks to everybody who bought merchandise today and supported TYMP. Remember, if you want to support TYMP or the Pets and Vets program, while we're not doing chats, go on over my website, TYMPpistolproject.com. You can see it right there. Going over there from that website, you can go over and buy merchandise like my What Could Go Wrong? Don't Point Your Glock at Your Cock shirt. I can't pull it up far because I got it tucked in because I got jeans on. But you can get that or many other designs over there to support TYMP. Also over there, you can join Patreon. We're still doing the Patreon cold steel knife giveaway. So if you become a new patron, chances are you're going to win a cold steel knife because we give away one every day to the new patrons. And most days there's none or one. So it's been a huge failure. By the way, huge failure. Every time someone spends $5, they get like a $200 knife, and that's been a big failure. So unless those people stay signed up for 3 years or so. Wait, be more than 3 years. Yeah, it'd be like 4 years. Unless they signed up for like 4 years, I'm losing big time money on that one. So please go over and sign up. It's just Patreon. It's just a $5 a month payment to help save pets in need, help keep this channel rolling, saving animals and helping vets and providing people in need with firearms. What more can we do? Come on, Jesus. We're not like we're out trying to take your firstborn child. Just go join Patreon. maybe win a knife. Well, probably definitely win a knife. But like I said, you can do that, or you can join Subscribe Star. And on Subscribe Star, you can support either TYM Triple P or Pets and Pets, depending on which tier. And we got all kinds of patches we're giving away right now. One of the patches is we're doing a series of the K9 unit patches, starting off with the Corporal. Those are already here, ready to go out to people if they would give me their info. On Patreon, we've got the mouse gun category, where if you join the mouse gun tier, you get one of the Mickey Mouse gun patches here. These are an exclusive, and I only had 25 of them made, so there ain't many. And my son took one, so I got 24. But so going over, help out the channel. We've been shadow banned by YouTube for a while now, ever since they shadow banned me when I first started having problems with them. And then later they gave me another good kick in the balls after I threatened to sue them. And now they just steal my money willy-nilly and don't let anybody see my videos. So feel free to help us by going over to Patreon and sign up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you haven't already turned on notifications, turn on notifications. And don't think just because you did it once that it's still done. YouTube unsubscribes people from my channel all the time. But what they mostly do is turn off notifications. In fact, I'd say 8 out of 10 people that contact me have had their notifications turned off. So that's what they're contacting me about. So please go over to tympistolproject.com and help out. Or go to my channel page, sign up, just subscribe and get notified. With that being said, let's get over to the questions. Did some come in over here? Let me get the ones from over here first, because Peter D said, always remember the 4 rules of gun safety. Unless it's a P320, then it's the gun's responsibility to remember the rules. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And I love that how the gun community has been complicit in convincing juries and stuff. They're using YouTube videos as proof that the design is faulty because you can make it go off. So the design is faulty because, look, if you do this, if you push down on the sear, it pulls the trigger, the gun goes off. How the fuck you go push down on the sear with the gun being assembled? It's just such a nightmare that they're doing so much of the anti-gunners work for them. Then we got Mikey D chiming in, said, does the winner get a choice, Tomcat or Bob? No, it's a double super secret Bobcat giveaway. Just like I said, it could be a real Bobcat. It could be one of them Bobcat bulldozer things. It could be tickets to see Bobcat Gold Plate. It could be maybe I hired him to come live with you for a year. It could be, never know what it's going to be. Your thoughts on us moving to nuke subs strategically based on Russian talk? I don't know, really. I'd have to know what the positives and negatives were. I thought already most of our submarines were nuclear. I mean, how many diesel subs do we still have running around? That's a question I don't have the answer to. So I don't know how I feel, because I don't know what's going on. I have no clue. I'm clueless. If somebody wants to let me know, what percentage of our fleet is diesel? What percentage is nuclear? Do we have any hydrogen ones? I don't know what we got. I doubt we got any hydrogen ones, but let me see here. Let me get over to the live chat, see if we got any questions coming in. What is today? Today is the 1st. We got Dale Rickety chimed in. He's making sure Phil don't give him no Lyme disease, and he just said, I got nothing. I got nothing, he said. Paul Bidenbach chimed in and said, did Django have his surgery yet? Hail Phil. No, he hasn't. He still has. He had to lose a couple more pounds. He actually gained a pound. But now that summer's here, we're hoping by the end of the summer, he'll be down to the weight where he can be considered for surgery. But then we got to get an opinion from a surgeon, because one of the surgeons we talked to said that he wouldn't do it, because he said he's got about a 50% chance of it helping him and a 50% chance of it making him worse. And I'm like, well, I don't like those odds. Unless another surgeon gives me better odds, I'm going to have to seriously think about it. I'd rather have him limp for the rest of his life than be crippled. He's still living a good life. Just if he's not in pain, I'd rather him keep limping than get crippled. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? I lost my place. That was Paul Bidenbach paid his tithe to Phil, asking about Django there, and Django's laying right here. He's being really active down here, so you can. There he is. He's not dead. That's just what he does a lot. He does that a lot. He thinks he's conserving energy in case someone breaks in. That's what he says. I don't know how true that is or not, but I don't know if I got my camera back in the right spot. I can't see. Let me close this and I'll be able to see. Yeah, just I like Phil to be right there in the lower corner, looking at you so you know to pay your tithe, shaming you. Sean Bain, member Team Beatus, said 22 long rifle fragmenting rounds like the Winchester silver tip for sale for self-defense. Me, I don't get better reds. I don't know what that is. With CCI, STI, gets or federal punch. Better results. I'm saying that's what he said. He doesn't get better results with CCI or STI. I mean, I just don't know how much I would ever trust any 22 long rifle for self-defense, even fragmenting. It's just not what I would ever count on. To me, it's varmint gun or Plinkton gun. That's all 22 is good for. I don't see it good for much of nothing else. Michael Santersoli, what's that? Santersol? I don't know. He said, do you dry fire or do you just rely on shooting ammo? Benefits of dry fire things. Yes, I dry fire all the time. I dry fire with my carry gun, practice all the time. Like I'll just practice at the TV or anything else. And speaking of my carry gun, after I finish this, I'll speak of my carry gun. So yeah, I dry fire a lot. I even dry fire with my Beretta all the time. Just keep practicing trigger control. But I got a little laser thing in there. Lately, I've been dry firing with, well, it would be right there, but it's in the house. My Shadow, the compact. So, oops. So yes, I think dry firing is very beneficial and should be done. Just get yourself a snap cap or a laser cap so that you can see where you're hitting even. I think it's very beneficial. It's one of the good things about double action, single action guns too. You can dry fire a lot easier. You don't got to cock it between each round. You don't got to get one of them special systems that'll cock it for you or anything. But speaking of my carry gun, I almost thought I had to take it out of my rotation today. Because, I loaded up everything and I went down and I took two. I didn't want to shoot my carry ammo because my carry ammo was solid copper and I was shooting all hollow points down there. So I took some hollow point Hornadies down in 357 Magnum and put them in there and didn't fire. Check primer, primer's dented. Tried again, didn't fire. Check primer, primer's dented. I'm like, is something wrong with my carry gun? But then I put my regular carry ammo back in there and bang, 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 bang. So I took those 2 rounds, brought them up here. I put them in my 686 and I took them right here behind the building and shot them at the ground. Click, click on 2 Hornady rounds. Now those Hornady rounds had been sitting loose in one of my carry bags. So I don't know if they got rained on or what or whatever, but I'm going to have to test some of my Hornady ammo. They were loose rounds, but 2 no fires on 2 Hornady rounds. So I'm glad it's the rounds though, and not my carry gun. Mikey D chimed in and said, can't see period. It's all dry land because a paw needs a hand. What? For the shot at the DS at double super secret Bobcat giveaway and whatever else. Mostly the giveaway in the silver bullet, I would guess. Jason Thompson paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, have you ever heard of humanizing the badge? Izzo said to avoid that stupid pro-police campaign like the plague. Well, yeah, all those things are just, they're just people. They shouldn't hold any other higher standard. They're just people. They make mistakes. Yeah, they intentionally ruin people's lives. and intentionally take people's lives when they should have no justification in doing so. So I don't want to fucking hear it. Don't want to hear it. Modern policing sucks. So I don't, like I said, don't want to hear it. Let me pour my soda here and then we'll get going. Back to going. I gotta have my Pepsi or I ain't making it. Let's get back to the chat here. I gotta quit doing that because it comes across really loud on my videos when I go or those things. I don't know why they carry so well, but they do. Boom, 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 boom. Charles Shanice chimed in here. Also, Charles Shanice chimed in and said, after watching your video on the P320 a couple of days ago, do you know if the tomb guards at the Arlington have ammo in their M17s? I would assume they do. I mean, they're on guard duty. That's one of the few times soldiers ever carry live ammo is when they're on guard duty. That's the only time I ever carried live ammo outside of basic training, shooting it really, in a rifle was when I was on guard duty a couple of times. That's the only time I ever carried live ammo in a rifle. I hardly ever touched an M16, even though one guy the other night was like, oh, my troops get issued an M16. I'm like, we're not combat troops. Why would we get a fucking M16? That made no sense. Yeah, that's the only times I ever touched a rifle. That's when I had to threaten to shoot a captain. And then when he complained to me to the colonel, and I thought I was in trouble, the colonel came and said, did he try to get in? I said, yes. Did he know the password? Because, you had a different word of the day every day to get in. I said, no, he knew yesterday's, but he didn't know today's. And he said, well, and he looked at the captain, and he looked at me, says, if he comes back again, he doesn't know the word of the day, shoot him. And then he got back in his car and left. And he was in his pajamas. I thought I was going to be in trouble, but turned out I was not. All right, let's get back to the chat but I would assume they're carrying live ammo because they're on guard duty. Clinton Barella got himself multiple entries into the double super secret Bobcat giveaway. Do you think Sig Sauer is going to fight every single lawsuit or fight some and try to settle others? Well, so far they've been fighting pretty much every one. So they're stubborn. And like I said, since even YouTubers that are supposed to gun people are helping to convince juries that it's an unsafe design if it doesn't have a safety. I don't like that, but at what point do they cut their losses and run? Just cancel the fucking gun. Stop selling it. At least stop selling it to police and civilians, unless you sell it as a range gun, competition style gun, which a lot of the P320s are. But cut the whole carry notion out of it. Unless you say it's carry a gun for the operators or something. I don't know. But I think they'll fight pretty much all of them because they're stubborn. Joe Pearson. If I win, you can just send me one of your mare's legs, not the Bobcat. No, I can't. I don't know if I can send you anything. I don't know how to. They're not going to work in your goo vat. Because everybody knows he lives in that fake state, Iowa, where everybody is just in a vat of goo being held by aliens or the government or something and convinced they live in a state that doesn't exist. So I just don't know how I would even get it to you in the vat of goo. Like, what vat are you in? Like, who do I send it to? I send it to Alien Holding Center goo vat number 12, subsection 3, sublevel 12. I don't know where I would even send it. Let's see here. Peter DeBoner chimed in and said, on one of the forums today, someone said the gun community is its own worst enemy, and that hit the nail on the head. Honestly, I don't even want to be part of the gun community. because the gun community nowadays is all about profit, sensationalism, division, all that other stuff. It's not about freedom or about the Second Amendment or about being rational thinking people. It just isn't. I think most people can agree to that, except for the ones that are the problem. They're too stupid to realize it. Go figure. The stupid people are the ones that don't realize there's a problem, that they're the problem. Per Gustafsson paid his $2 tithe to Phil so he don't get Lyme disease and said, so your Glock 20 was lost with the car. No, it was not lost with the car. It was sitting on my table in here because Caden had taken it out a few days before and shot it and never cleaned it. So for once, I'm glad he doesn't clean guns. And it was a mess in here, so I never really did anything with it. Now it's clean in here. I'd have probably cleaned it and put it back, but luckily it was not. That's the one good thing. They did get a get home bag that was in the back, but there's no guns or anything in it. Were 2 boxes of ammo in it, but no guns. Plans on replacing it. I rarely see the use of leaving a gun in the car when I have a carry gun on me. It's backup. If you're ever out somewhere and you have to get back in a natural emergency, you might want a natural emergency or something. You might want to get back with a gun that's more potent than your carry gun. Something has more rounds, and especially if you carry a revolver, or if you're with someone and that happens, you can arm your buddy. And you can have 2 armed people fighting your way back where you want to be. So I can see a lot of reasons for it. But no, it did not get taken, luckily, thanks to Caden and his lackadaisical gun cleaning skills. Johnny Mandrick chimed in and said, what was your favorite Saturday cartoons or cartoon character? Cartoons, it's got to be a cartoon. I loved Bigfoot and Wild Boy a lot. That was one of my favorites. I love Shazam. That was one of my favorites. I loved the Ghostbusters. I loved Lost Saucer, Space Nuts. But those aren't cartoons. They're actually live action. I like the Sid and Marty Krofft stuff. As far as cartoons go, I liked Speed Buggy a lot. I also liked the Warner Bros. Cartoons, like the Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck Hour. Daffy Duck was one of my favorites. I loved his cartoons, especially when he was the sad sack. I liked him better as the sad sack than I did the antagonist or the protagonist. I liked him better as the sad sack. But I think more towards a lot of the live action shows. I really like those. Christopher Ramos, 55, you know what his name is. He said, old topic, and YouTube Super Chat didn't allow me to post this last time, but we need more AK-74s. Do we need more? I don't need more. I don't even have one. I guess I do need more. I don't have one. I should at least have one. But is it really a necessary platform caliber? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. Like I said, you tell me. All righty, let's get over here to the emails. Let's see if we got any of those coming in. Jose Rodriguez got his mouse patch, I guess. Let's see here. Okay, he's up to Juicy Rodriguez up to where he can get the mouse gun patch. Well, I will get it sent to you as soon as it's supposed to be sent. It should show up on my list. I saw that it did show you upgraded to that. So I don't think there's any other emails. I got some emails from, here's one about the kitty cat. Hold on. Let's see here. I'm not seeing a lot of emails today. Pumpkin is still recovering. He still won't eat by himself, so we are bottle feeding him. He's 8 weeks old, and I'm having to bottle feed him. Today, I got to spend another sum of money for a follow-up visit at the vet's office. Please feel free to send free guns to replace the gun money. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. I'm using on this kitten we named Pumpkin. Oh, look at that. Look how cute. He's a little messy right there, but look how cute. I have a little orange cat too. A little orange cat named Sherman. They're so sweet. Orange cats tend to be very sweet, especially if they're boys. Boy cats are usually sweeter than girl cats. At least that's been my experience through the years. Girl cats can be bitches. All right. I think that was it for the emails. I don't see a lot. But all right, let's get over here. All right, let's get over to the regular chats. It says, let me see how far up I can go. Mikey D says, good evening, ye old farty. I don't need to read his name. I'm just reading questions. Just use a case of Rust-Oleum to paint her car. No sanding required. Well, even if I'd used Rust-Oleum, I'd still put a clear gloss over it and have to wet sand it. But yeah, I'm not going to use Rust-Oleum. We went and got real automotive paint. So now we did get it in spray cans, so we are being pretty redneck. But we did go and get real automotive paint in specialty spray cans, and we got, clear coat that actually has a hardener in it that you break the hardener and then you got to use it in a certain amount of time. Was it decided stock or Tomcat? Well, it's Bobcat, actually. It's Bobcat. Let's see. So what 3 guns are missing on your gun wall? Well, I did a range video today, so we're missing a SIG 10 millimeter, a CZ 9 millimeter, a 45 ACP 1911, a 9 millimeter Beretta, and a 40 millimeter Beretta. So those are all gone. You can't see those 2, of course, but they're all in there sitting in the bag waiting to be cleaned so I can put them back. Because I did a range test video today to try and determine, how the most popular carry rounds compare to each other in the HydroShock test, I like to call it, which is, a bottle of water. See how the energy transfers through the water and stuff. So that should be out tomorrow. So keep your eyes open. For those of you that keep demanding range videos, I went down there and sweat my ass off making a video. It was only like 82 degrees, but still sweat my ass off. Krylon doesn't work as well on cars. No, it doesn't. So how many miles have you put on your Mustang? I think he means Mustang. And new truck so far. Well, the truck, I don't drive truck. That's not my car. So I don't know on that, but I'd say it's probably a little less than my car because I've had to drive the Mustang to the graphic shop once to get it done, and then once to go back because he wanted to redo some stuff. So I've got like 260 miles on my Mustang. And it'll be a month here on the 5th. I think it was the 5th. Was it the 5th or the 7th? I went and got it. It might have been the 7th. So we're closing in on a month, and I got like 260 miles. And I won't drive it again for the next week. I mean, going nowhere. We'll go to Costco Sunday, but I'll take the old truck. Went and saw Fantastic Four today. Went to a cool old school on-screen theater with $7 tickets. Matched the retro future feel of the movie. We didn't say whether you liked the movie. We have some of those around here. We have like Kennedy School and stuff where it's like you go watch a movie in the gymnasium. It's like kind of being a kid when they would play movies in the gymnasium. I remember they played The Wiz for us back when I was in high school for some reason. I don't know why. That was when I'm 9th grade. They played The Wiz. And we saw other movies too, but I distinctly remember that one. Michael Ritter I have a quick question. My revolver is it looks like rust around the front sight. Is there anything that I can do, or is it normal wear and tear? Well, without being able to see it, I can't tell you anything for certain. Plus, I'd also need to know, is your gun stainless steel? Is it carbon steel, blued? What is it? I'd have to know a whole lot more information to be able to help you with anything there. How about what are each manufacturer's best and worst gun model? I actually did a series of videos on that. No one watched them, so I stopped doing it. Nobody cared. My 2016 Camry Hybrid has less than 12,000 miles on it. Almost 6,000 of those miles were put on during a trip to Alaska. Well, you ain't got no place to go. Nobody invites you anywhere. I, however, am popular. I don't get invited many places. But I always want people to invite me, and then they say, well, we didn't because you wouldn't come. And I'm like, yeah, but I still want to be invited. They're like, are you going to come? I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to come. I'm not going to come. But I want to be invited. Where was I? I just lost my place. It just jumped me to the bottom. Not sure if you're aware, but while you were having your P320 chat, we had our own raffle on your guns. I won your Smith & Wesson 460. Well, you should show up and try to get that. Django and Turnip might have something to say about that. Especially Django. He does bite. I don't know if that Turnip will bite. I know for certain Django will bite. How do you like your eggs? I like my eggs over medium. I like a good over medium egg with some toast, white toast. I also like them deviled. I don't think that counts. As far as just like cooking them, I like them over medium. I mean, I'll eat scrambled eggs too. I'm not a savage. I'm not a jerk about it or nothing. I love scrambled eggs too, but over medium is the best. White's completely cooked, yolks runny. Chop them up, eat them on some toast. That's the best way to eat eggs. Or just white bread if you just got white bread, but I prefer toast, buttered toast. It's one of the times I can, when I'm making toast for eggs, it's one of the few times I can smell toast and not be afraid I'm having a stroke. If anybody else makes toast, I'm like, is somebody making toast? Either that or I'm having a stroke. I'm supposed to get my P365 tomorrow. Well, yay. Jerk. You're a cunt. I don't got nothing new coming. I'm kind of newish to the gun scene. What gun should I upgrade to from 22 Winchester Magnum rounds? I'm left-handed and right-eye dominant. Just curious. Well, that ain't have anything to do with your caliber choice. But if I was you, I would upgrade to a nice Smith & Wesson 686 and 357 Magnum. Shoot 38s through it all the time you want, and then carry it with 357 Magnum. Of course, I don't know your special circumstances. There might be a reason why that's not a good suggestion. But for most people, that's a good suggestion. What do you think of the jobs report? Looks like it's crashing faster than Elon's rockets. Yeah, the economy is not doing well. The economy is not doing well. I thought gas prices were supposed to be down. Jobs were supposed to be up. We were supposed to be winning on so many levels. We ain't doing it right now. Of course, you can't turn around decades of going towards the service industry from the manufacturing industry. You can't turn back towards manufacturing in 6 months. It'll take a lot longer. So if they actually end up being successful, it'll take longer to see. But right now, in the moment, things ain't good. But then you kind of expected that. No, talking about moving the nuke subs to strategic positions. Well, they're already in strategic positions. We don't just park them at the Jersey Harbor or anything. They're in strategic positions, and it shifts all the time. So I don't know what I'm supposed to think. The subs are nuclear armed and powered, but the missiles are the pertinent part. U.S. subfleet has been all nuke powered since 1990. That's what I figured. When do I earn my rent? When you earn it. Let's see, where are we at? Use. What do you think of the Smith & Wesson Model 66 Combat Magnum? I think they're awesome. I like them. I got one back here. I got the 66 and the 69. 69. Yeah, they're great. I would prefer a 686, get that extra round. But for what they are, they're good. If it was like between a 686, plain old 686 and a 66, well, then there'd be a decision. But if it's between a 686 plus and a 66, well, there's no decision to be made. It's the 686 plus. In my opinion, police should stay in the station until they're called, like fire department or OEMs, would lessen unnecessary interaction with the population and probably save lives. I guess that's an argument that could be made. I don't know how good an argument it is, but it's one that could be made. Well, all they do really anyway is harass people for minor offenses. It's like the other day, I watched a video about, police tasings and stuff. And one of them, it literally shows a woman. It's a homeless woman. She stole some cigarettes, stole a pack of cigarettes. So they're like, well, we're going to go over here in this camera and check it out because we've got a report that this woman stole some cigarettes and we got an ID on her. And I'm like, that's really what you're spending your day doing? And not only was it that what they're spending their day doing, 3 cars, 6 officers. 3 cars, 6 officers confront her about stealing cigarettes. She runs. They chase her down, tase her multiple times, arrest her for assault on a police officer, which I did not see that in the video at all, resisting arrest and stealing some cigarettes. And I'm like, was that really a good use of people's time? And did that really benefit the community any? I would really like to see how that really benefited the community. It's usually they're out revenue gathering is what 90% of what they do when they're out. Let me make sure we're all caught up over here still so I can continue with the live chats. Nope, we got one coming in over here that I need to answer. Jason, or Officer Tater Hater, chimed in again and says, I disagree with you, Yank. I honestly think that Sig Sauer should sell the 320 to the Popo. That way they can keep shooting themselves. Yeah, but I think that they've shown that they can't handle it. So I'd rather not have the headache myself. Jeremy Alderondo makes me think of Lando Calrissian for some reason. Bobcat entry. What's your thoughts on the concealed carrying a Gen 5 Glock 20 with a Langdon tactical striker control device? And did your Gen Glock 20 car gun have the striker control device on it? No, it still doesn't. It has a Deadpool backplate on it. I actually have a Deadpool, one of those gun skins things to put on it, but I've never done it because I'm scared to do it. But I think if that's what you want to carry, that's fine. I don't really know about that striker device too much. I guess it's just putting a safety on it. And I assume they've done testing to make sure that it doesn't interfere in the reliability of your Glock. So if you want a Glock with a safety, I wouldn't argue with it. If you want to do it, I wouldn't say, oh, you can't do that. I wouldn't do that. All right, that catches us up over there. Let's get back over here. You are buffering on Pumpkin the Cat. How long did that last? Yes, the 545 is very necessary. I don't know about that. Your audio is all wacky to me. Did it ever clear up? People, you got to send a super chat or something when that happens so that I know it's happening. Did it ever clear up? I don't know if it ever cleared up. If you don't use a clear ballistic block, however, will we believe you if we can't see? Well, I'm not showing how far it'll travel in jelly. I'm trying to show how it transfers energy into a contained body of water. That was probably Phil asking for that type of videos. I don't know what that means. I was fortunate to get the Izmash Sega in 545 for $399. I think that's a good price. I don't know. Sounds like you're happy about it, so I'm going to assume it's a good price, or else I doubt you'd be so happy about it. Is your carry permit limited to the guns you can carry? Here in California, I have to qualify by scoring a certain distance for each one I want to carry. No, we don't have. There's no guns tied to our carry permit here. You just have a permit to carry. And that's just to carry concealed. You can carry open if you want without a permit. It cleared up in short order. Good, because I don't want to be doing this all day and just be gook. Well, it's just gook anyway, but I want it to be gook that people can somewhat make out. At this point, I feel like every counterpoint on the P320 issue has been discussed. What more is there to cover? Not really anything. But like I say, every time something gets shown that it's not an issue, they will find something else. And like I say, they've now successfully convinced juries, and they're using YouTube videos as evidence, that the very fact that the gun can be made to go off means that it's a defective design, because there's no safety preventing that. Like there's nothing locking the trigger, so that was one of the arguments, that if there was a device blocking the trigger from movement, then the trigger wouldn't be able to be activated enough for the gun to go off. So therefore, it's a defective design. Did you hear about the octopus that attacked a 6-year-old boy at the San Antonio aquarium? No, but I'm on the octopus's side. I've known a lot of 6-year-old boys, and did he say 6? Yeah, and I'm on the octopus's side. I'm sorry, I'd have to see some really, unless that octopus, called his mother a whore and then slapped her, and then told him to fuck off and accused him of being a pedophile or something, then I'm on the octopus's side. Are all ODG27s bad? Mine has been looking at me weird lately. I don't know. I have only had I've had 2. One of them never did anything, so I don't think it was a problem. Gary, however, nothing but trouble. He was disturbed. He just had emotional issues. I think that's the main point, is that he had emotional issues. Why are more pistols missing from your wall? Are you selling them instead of selling yourself to make ends meet? No, I filmed a video down to range today and haven't cleaned them yet. I just read that in Washington State, you need to have a permit to carry a loaded firearm in a motor vehicle. That's under RCW 9, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and I've asked multiple people about that since I've lived here, and most attorneys say, as long as the gun's on you, you're not going to get in any trouble. So I don't know. They said there's too many other laws that circumvent that law, so I don't really worry about it. Plus, I have a permit, so I don't really worry about it at all. Because here's the thing: if you have a right to carry open, you have a right to get in your vehicle and drive somewhere with your gun, and there's stuff that says that. So that law is pretty toothless. 2, Gary had a brother. No, I had another 26 before I had Gary. And that was a stupid mistake getting rid of that one and getting another one. Really fucked up my life in multiple different ways. All right, I think that's it. Let's see here. We're all caught up on the supers. I'm all caught up on the chats over here. I think we got all the chats coming in. I think I got the emails. There weren't very many emails today. Nobody was emailing. No pictures, hardly. No questions via email. And that looks like that is it. Let me make sure here. And we'll do the drawing for the knife. I didn't say we were doing a knife for the regular. We'll still do the regular tough drawing tonight because I didn't say it. And if you've already won a tough, I'll give you a holdout. But I forgot to say that at the beginning of the chat. So let's do the drawing for, let me get it to where I can write them down here, or else I'll forget. 01 August 25 tough. 01 August 25 question mark. All right, we didn't have any new members, so let's do a drawing for Patreon, because when we don't have new members, I try to make sure to do the one where we do past entries, people that have joined since we started doing this, or people that have upgraded their membership since we started doing this. So let's go over there and let's do that. A boom, a boom, a boom, 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 a boom, boom, boom. All right, the winner for today is number 4, and that would be Juicy Rodriguez. Won him a knife today. Juicy Rodriguez. We were talking about him earlier. Now let's do the one for the regular daily knife giveaway. I'm going to count the entries. 10, 30. All right, let's do the knife giveaway drawing. And being difficult. Hold on, it's wanting to spin on me. Boop. And the winner is, that's the last number. So it'd be the last person who did a super chat, and that was Jeremy Alderondo. Jeremy Alderondo. We got a Juicy Rodriguez and a Jeremy Alderondo today. One very diverse winnership today. People can't say I'm a racist. But I want to thank everybody for coming. I appreciate it. I hope everybody comes back again tomorrow. I want to thank everybody for just keeping the conversation rolling. Thank everybody for participating, people who got entries into the drawings, people who helped support Pets and Vets or bought merchandise to support TYMP. I appreciate all of it. Like I said, we're being hassled by YouTube, so it's hard to survive, but we're doing our best. So we'll keep doing it as long as we can. So thanks everybody for helping keep doing it. I appreciate it. We'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. Hey everybody, Yankee here. I just want to remind everyone that this channel is 100% viewer funded. We don't take kickbacks. We don't do discount codes. We don't take money from advertisers. And we definitely don't take money from big gun groups that want to tell us how to feel about things. So if you want to be part of the good things we do on this channel, please go over to tympistolproject.com, my website. There's a link in the upper corner, and either buy some custom merchandise or sign up for Subscribestar or Patreon. You can even get some pretty cool patches over there. So please go over if you can and help support the channel.